Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm Julian. With me today, I have Glenn. I have Chris. We're going to discuss today's win against West Ham. Nice 2-1 win away. Good performance, if not spectacular. At this stage of the season, yes, it's all about getting the points. We saw the same setup again with Trent playing, coming into midfield when we were going forward, but it worked out okay today. But overall, without being spectacular, pretty good performance. Glenn, what do you think?
I mean, overall, it's about just winning games now, isn't it? It's about winning games, just getting over the line. Like what you say, it wasn't great, especially the start. I thought the start was absolutely shite. But the fact that we went 1-0 down, I mean, I thought that we were going to potentially go second down because the way this team's been away from home, you go 1-0 down, the heads absolutely go, they start feeling sorry for themselves. So the fact that we reacted from that really quick, I thought we done well. But yeah, overall, half decent performance.
I think we looked a little bit nervous, a little bit tetchy at the beginning. You know, Kanate struggled. Virgil again struggled a little bit. I'm sorry, Matip struggled a little bit first half, getting used to that position. Virgil as well, but we kind of grew into the game, and then I think that goal like stirred us into life a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think for me, I agree. I think it was a good performance. As I say, as Glenn said, it's about getting over the line now and just winning the last few games. For me, I'll tell you this. For me, I'm more excited now about individual performances, and I tell you one thing, the more and more I see Cody Gakpo, the more and more I'm getting into that chap. He looks like he's going to be a heck of a player for us next season. He's finishing out this season really, really strong. I thought Curtis Jones was good today as well. I thought Trent was dynamite. Matip grew into the game. I think he finished the game an awful lot better than he started it. Virgil, look, I think the summer can't come quick enough for him. I think a rest is going to do him the world of good. But yeah, I was really taken now by Cody Gakpo today and Curtis in particular. Those two, I thought they were really, really good, and kind of, as I say, more excited now about their individual performances and kind of going forward for them. So, but good result, good win, and on to the next.
I agree. Yeah, Gakpo was the one player I thought for us in the first half looked to have, like, every time he got the ball, his first touch is ridiculously good. His awareness is ridiculously good, and his goal was fantastic. Like, the way he took that was brilliant. But his overall play, he looks like a quality player that fits right in to a Klopp team, and he's coming to a team that's been struggling in a really poor season, and slowly but surely you're seeing a real quality player there, right? A lot of potential with him.
I agree. I think he's a talent. I really love the way he shows. He's always looking for the ball, and he's always looking to bring teammates into play. He's got a really good touch, and we're starting to see now he's got a good eye for goal as well. So I'm really liking that kid now.
Yeah, I've been saying it for weeks. There's so much about his game that I love, and the fact that now he's chipping in with goals as well, even better. Should we speak about?
Just finally on Gakpo, not to do a Zidane comparison to Bruno Cheru, right? Because we remember how that went. But Gakpo,
where are you going here?
He reminds me a little bit of Bergkamp. The quality of the way his awareness, his first touch, the way he's able to see a pass. He's got a little bit of Bergkamp about him. Of course, he's got a while yet to get close to that, but that's the closest comparison that I can see with Gakpo. He reminds me a lot of the Bergkamp.
It's not a worse shout. Bobby Firmino, a little bit.
Yeah.
Very Bobby Firmino.
Yeah,
I think his defensive work is going to get better the more he's with the team. I think that's the only one thing is being a bit better defensively. But before we've got to get into this, man, because we're on obviously a group text today, and this mad fella is not a fan of the formation, are you, young man?
No, I'm not.
All yours.
I think it's fucking nonsense. And I'm not afraid to say it. Just because we won, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change my mind on it. I don't think it has anything to do with Trent as an individual. I think he's fucking mustard. I think he plays that position exceptionally well. But I don't see what it does for the team. I think it's a very high risk, low reward sort of situation. I think each time we turn the fucking ball over, we're caught by the short and curlies. I think their first goal, or their goal, comes from Trent, crossfield ball, centre half heads it out. Trent follows his ball into midfield. The ball goes out his side and he's nowhere to be seen. Matip has to step out there. Your man cuts inside him like there's nobody there. Henderson may as well not be fucking there. Same with Fabinho, and it's a good finish. But that all comes to me like you can't have. I don't think that you can have an individual, no matter who it is, play two positions. Either you're going to stick him in there and play another fucking right back, or else keep him out and right back. One or the other. It's not fair on him. It's not fair on him to try to do both.
Oh, yeah, but all right, on your reward system, right? So short-term reward. Look at the recent results. So it's worked. We've got the results. We're looking better as a team. We're getting wins. So short-term, long-term, who knows, right? That will be determined next season. Short-term, there's no doubt it's working.
Yeah,
we haven't played anyone of a real top quality side, right? We haven't played a quality, and that's where it shows up to see how good it really is.
We had 3.5 games with it. Was one thing I'd say. Right. I actually think that you're saying it's quite you're saying it like it's quite risky.
High risk, low reward.
Yeah, but you know what?
You know why? And the big reason is why. The big reason it's high risk is because this season in particular, we haven't been good at keeping the ball. We turn over the ball a lot, and when you turn over the ball and your fucking right back is standing in the centre circle, you're in big fucking trouble.
But wouldn't you say though? So here's what I'm going to say to us: when Liverpool usually, like this season, they've gave the ball away and they've been counter-attacked on. Where's Trent's position usually been? Where's his position usually? Very high and wide. Where's Robertson's position usually when Liverpool turn over the ball? Very high and wide. So you've basically got two centre-backs and Fabinho, who I'm faster than right now, right? So you're defending basically with two centre-backs and a 6. Now, like, if you lose the ball, Robertson's position should be more as a back 3, like a 3 defenders, and you should have 2 6s. You should do. If you lose the ball, you should have more. It doesn't matter. It's not about that though.
Look at the goal. Look at the goal today.
But the goal is not necessarily a formation thing. They've got. It's not.
There's no one out there.
But Dalcross. But where would hang on a minute? Where would Trent be if Liverpool turn over the ball? If Liverpool turn over the ball and they lose the ball in the middle of the pitch, where would he be?
What we've been saying all season.
No, where would he be though?
Yeah, he's up the top end of the field.
Exactly.
What we've been
so
saying
it's not necessarily high risk. If anything, it's more defensive. I think it's more defensive minded than anything.
I don't agree. I just cannot see. I see the positive. Right, I do, because I think I'd love to see him in there with Fabinho as a 2. And have fucking...
So it's like a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, have Gomez or Milner out and right back and let him fucking play there. Let him fucking do his thing because he's absolutely mustard. I guess this is the thing I'm trying to say. I don't understand why we're half-arsing the position. What does he bring to us as a defensive sort of player? Nothing, right, in that position. Less than he does when he's right back. So why not go all in on that fucking thought? Leave him in there as a 6 and play a fucking right back.
I honestly think though at the moment, I think it's a moot point at the moment because I admire the guts of us to change it now and to change into something dramatic because we needed it, and the proof is right there. Is that these past 3-4 games we've got results. We look better. We look more dangerous. We're getting the results now. Whether it's the way to go forward, that's about next season. Is it something that Trent can grow into? Probably, yeah, because he's such a fantastic player going forward. But for it to work long term against top quality opponents, you need the right players around him. You need that perfect centre back that's able to cover. You know, Canate, you would think, is one that could do that. Gomez would be perfectly suited to that. But then you also need the midfield right for it as well. So short term, it's working. And I admire that we've changed it and we've done something to maybe give us a shot, however small that percentage is, of getting us in the Champions League. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's some American sport on at the moment, and the BD Riley's, which is where we're at, is packed with people. I think it's NBA, right?
No, it's NFL.
It's hockey, isn't it? Right,
Is it
anyway,
hockey is on there? The NHL?
No, but I think so. I agree. I do admire
it's the
it.
NBA is on.
But I'm going to come out with a Sean Dyche one like here. I will be absolutely flabbergasted if we start next season with this sort of carry on. And I would be flabbergasted.
This carry on.
I would even go so far as to say is I don't even think he'll go with that. He'll persist with this on Sunday against a fairly average, fucking battered
Why
Spurs
would
side.
he? So let me ask you this. Sorry. Why would he change it based on our last few results?
Because
Wouldn't that be lunacy to change for something that's getting us 3 points?
I think you can get away with it against poor sides.
That's
right?
3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Right?
But what were they?
It doesn't matter. We got it. I mean, who are we playing at the weekend? Tottenham, right? Why would he change it?
I want to come in with one point just before we get there, right? And I said this in the message. One of the bigger problems, and everyone seems to be thinking more about the right side than the centre mids. One of the bigger problems is Andy Robertson.
Yep.
Andy Robertson is so. Like I was saying to you in the message, when City play, City have got Ake as a left back. He's not a left back; he's a centre back.
Yep.
And he tucks in and he creates and he makes a three. Ben White for Arsenal, he comes in. He's a centre back. And he comes in and he makes a three. Andy Robertson, what is Andy Robertson? What is he? He's a flying left back.
Yeah.
The flying Scotsman.
And that's going back and looking forward to next season. Which players suit this and which players don't?
That's what I'm saying to you.
Really doesn't.
Robbo.
Yeah.
But what a lot of the time is you'll see Robertson's position, and like a lot of it's about him picking it. Is picking. That's why I don't think long term I will be like you. I think they'll persist with it for now, just to get us through. But I think long term, I will be massively surprised if this is what it's going to be going forward. And one of the big things is we need a lot of stuff in the summer. If we have this formation, I think we need even more. I think we need even more because we need players.
It only really suits one or two players. It gives Fabinho a bit of a fucking hand in there, and it brings the best out of Trent. Right?
Yes.
At the minute, right? And then it helps out the players going forward. I guess I'm just
No, I get it.
I'm old school.
No, it's good. You like the 4-4-2, you know?
No.
Player shirts 1 to 11. Perfect.
No,
I know what
you
you're saying.
mean, though, right? I know. But you're seeing an effect of what Man City have done this season successfully, what Arsenal have done this season.
But Man City and Arsenal,
they have the players for it to work.
But Man City, not only have Man City the players for the work, they don't turn the ball over half as much as we do.
Keep it.
They can play players wherever the fuck they want because they have the football. Yeah. And this thing with Trent, when we have the football, it's fucking dynamite. He is. And it's good for the rest of the team.
But those other centre mids,
when we don't have the ball and you lose it in a
quick
transition,
I agree.
Up shit creek.
Our centre mids, and I think this is why Curtis is having quite a bit of success playing at the minute. Our centre mids, even at the peak, taking sort of Thiago out of it, Henderson, Fabinho, Curtis, or whoever's going to be in there, they are not Rodri, they are not Gundogan, they are not Bernardo Silva that can play in really tight areas, very, very technical players. So I think for now it's okay, long term. And do you know what as well, the one thing I don't like about it, and this is what I was messaging you, is it's not necessarily defensively, it's going forwards, because I don't feel like we create enough width. I don't feel like we create enough width, and Like Robertson and Trent were basically like 2 years ago or a year ago. They're like strikers. They're so wide and they're creating so much width.
You saw that as a moment in the first half today, and I think it was Jota got the ball. Normally, you'd see Robertson racing down outside him, right? And he didn't.
Or Trent on the other side.
And Jota didn't have an option, and he had to turn back, and he had to go back into Fabinho. But anyway, let's continue with this game. Second half. How do you feel like we started the second half? Chris?
I think it was all right. Look, it's okay. I think Virgil was kind of, I don't know. He definitely wasn't our best player today, and I think we kind of just grew into it a little bit like in the first half. I think the second half we just took a minute. I think the offside goal pretty quick after half time. And I think it took a minute for us to compose ourselves, but I think we were, I'm not going to say by far, but I think we deserved the 3 points and we were the better team. So yeah, I was happy enough with the display.
We definitely needed. I think the substitutions came at the right time, and Diaz, when he came on, looked good, looked a threat immediately, and our level certainly went up, and you could see that, and it's a welcome sight to see Diaz back. And then of course the header from Matip.
It was
What a header that was! I mean, he was so open. But still.
I mean, there's a fella who looks like a fucking giraffe, and he's got a free header in the box. Can you imagine that was the way around? Honestly, like from their point of view, it's absolutely insane. It was a bullet of a header, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
It was a bullet
It was,
of
and
a
he had
header.
a chance right before
Yeah,
then
he
as
did.
well, didn't he?
Yeah, he
It was
did.
off the line.
But you know what? I do want to say, and you mentioned it before. Like, I don't think there's a player more on the beach. I think Van Dijk has already got his sunbed in Ibiza booked. He's so ready for the summer, and there's never been a player like, I don't think there's a player like, all the Liverpool players are probably looking forward to having the summer off. Probably Diaz, but Van Dijk is well and truly.
We could spend
off
an entire hour on Virgil. He's been poor all season, and there's a point of when questions have to be asked about him as well at the moment, because he's been the drop off has been significant. He was brilliant last season.
But you can say that about all of them, mate. You can say that about all of them.
You could see that about, you can say about Fabinho, but at least Fabinho started to show a little bit of form. Virgil, I still see the same Virgil now as I saw at the beginning of the season. Anyway,
it's kind of lax. The one thing that
he did it in the first half as well.
It's kind of like, as you said, yeah, he nearly is on it. It's like very, kind of fucking nearly flippant. Like, it was very, I don't know, he was just too relaxed for me.
He was passing the ball into Curtis Jones a lot, and normally those passes would be really precise, like clean, like the right pace. And if you notice today, and it was noticeable in the last game, it was just slightly off where Curtis would have to kind of, get in to get the ball at the last second, and we noticed that.
Do you know one thing I've noticed as well is you're seeing loads of him doing this as well. All the time, his arms are up all the time, and I was fucking screaming once, just going, what are you fucking doing? What are you moaning for? Get your heads out your own ass. Like, for the goal, I mean, it was tight for offside. Like, how was he letting him come back in on his right foot? Shocking. It was shocking. It was shocking defending. Anyway, I just wanted to make that point about him.
Yeah.
BT gave man of the match to Matip. I can't believe that. Who was your man of the match?
You can probably see why he got
scored the goal.
He scored the goal. He did grow into the game. I thought he played. He did play well, and he
got better.
He got the winner.
He did get better.
So you can kind of see why they gave it to him. As I said, to me, the three standout players today were Gakpo, Curtis Jones, and Trent. I think when Trent is in there and we have the ball, it's fantastic.
He's quite another assist against it.
I mean,
that pass to Gakpo's touch as well is fucking class. His finish is, he kind of half fucking mishit it, but it's well played shot. But
Matip, I'm fine with, man. Yeah, that's okay. I thought, to me, I thought Gakpo was man of the match, and I think it was significant that when he went off, right, and we had no player like him.
That's because you hate. That's because you absolutely despise Nunez.
Hold on, I think that when Gakpo went off, then the game changed a little bit, and we were under pressure for the rest of the game, and we could not hold the ball up. And I thought West Ham were going to get back into this now.
You nearly did, didn't you?
They were close to it, but Gakpo would be my man of the match. I was extremely impressed with him.
I agree. I thought Trent was very close.
I have to call you out, right? So here's the thing. It's not about absolutely hating Nunez, right? There is a player there, and he's been okay this season. I don't think he's been great.
Just can't think he plays as a 9. He's better on the left. Yeah, I know. And so do I.
I feel
if
like...
you heard this prick say this a million times, please comment.
I know. I feel like he hasn't been great. I feel like he struggles within whatever setup we have. I don't think he's a number 9, at least from what we've seen this season. He's not a winger. I don't think he's good enough to play on the left-hand side. And at the moment, he's probably fourth choice, I would say, behind, Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, obviously Firmino's off.
Missing Salah.
And Salah, or 5th choice. So he's probably 5th choice.
Yeah, well, he is. I mean, in the pecking today.
In the pecking, he's 5th choice. So next season, it's going to be huge to see how we're going to fit him in. How is he going to improve? What kind of player is he? Because at the moment, I think if you're a Liverpool fan and you've been watching all the games this season, you have to have a little bit of doubt in the player. Really?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe we'll do a pod on how the next season's going to go and how we're going to set up and stuff.
Maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll do it after your legendary quiz that I'm sure you were planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, only the best ones get thought about by me.
Anyway,
really? moving on to the famous Tottenham Hotspur.
The famous. How are they famous? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're famous for nonsense. You talk about fucking nonsense and fucking blackguarding at the top. It's complete shambles. Complete and utter shambles. Probably last what was it, Saturday or Sunday, whatever day that was, I could do nothing but laugh. It's probably the worst 25 minutes I've ever seen any professional football team attempt. You couldn't even say play. It was absolutely fucking shocking.
And you watched 7 months of Roy Hodgson.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? I loved it.
Funny.
I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I was celebrating when they scored the 5th goal.
I wanted
I'm
to
like,
draw.
get in.
I thought they might have done us a bit of a fucking
They were.
favour.
Well, I was fuming because I tried to have a little in, and I thought I'll just watch the second half. And I woke up to you two pricks going, well, there's that gone then, thinking it was like 2-0. Looked at my phone, it was 5.
It was brilliant. It was. Love it.
But you say that, it's not really good for us though, really, is it? Because it now puts Newcastle well ahead and things like that. Anyway,
yeah, of course. But
I mean, we're doing this obviously Wednesday night.
Yeah.
If we go teams first, it's going to have to be changed. I mean, we've been saying it for so long. I mean, you would think there's going to be some type of change.
We've been saying it for the last couple of games, but I think he has to. I would have thought he's going to change the midfield for this game. We said that last week. We said it the week before, but it feels like it's time. It's at Anfield. Time for Thiago to come back in. That would be the one I would make.
I don't know,
but it's really hard to say. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. We say, he should change, and we, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, there's 6 games left. You fucking 6 games left for the rest of the season. Just fucking play him. Play your best team. If he thinks that's his best team, keep playing him.
I just don't think Thiago suits this new formation. I just don't think he suits any of the positions, like the way it is. I don't. I don't know where he comes into it, to be honest. And Curtis is, although he's not being like, there's nothing like showpiece or anything incredible that he's done. He's done well. Like for that role, he's done well. Do you know what I mean? And you sort of say, I'm not saying if we would have had Curtis for the whole season, but like if you would have had him like for a few more games, just for his physicality, he keeps the ball quite well. And he's quite an intelligent footballer. So I definitely would be playing Curtis. I think Henderson looked very, but Henderson wasn't great today.
He looked leggy at times.
Yeah, he didn't look great, and that might be the one where you go, well, maybe he needs to come out. And also, he's played that many games, and he's due like, it's not even touching wood. He is gonna pick up an injury.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, I think he's just constantly playing him and playing him. It always happens.
The thing here is that Fabinho is 1 yellow card away from a 2-game suspension, right? So the last thing you want to do is have Fabinho out and then Henderson out at the same time, which again, I think adds maybe a likelihood that he might give Henderson a break this weekend against Spurs. Who comes in for him? You're right. I don't know if Thiago fits in that. The only way I think Thiago would fit in would be, I think you'd have to, I can't see him where Henderson is at the moment. I don't see that working.
No.
So then you'd be looking at a change of formation and then going back to something that Delcross likes
He's not going to
at
do
the
that,
weekend. I don't think he's going to do that because we've won 3 in a row. I don't think he'll change the trend.
I don't think he's going to change too much. I will be pretty fucking amazed. I'll be straight up, and look, people can comment as they want after the fact. I will be amazed if we see Trent as predominantly as we've seen him in the last couple of games in that mid. Will he drift in from time to time against Spurs? Probably, but I think he's going to be a lot more out in the fucking right hand side. Because I think you're right. I think Hendo needs a fucking break, and like if I can't see us going with Harvey, because Thiago doesn't fit this Trent fucking nonsense. So the only other fella you can put in there is Harvey. So you're gonna have a midfield, this kind of weird Trent, Fabinho, Harvey, Curtis midfield.
Young,
I don't
very young.
Like it's.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It is generally a tough one. We keep trying to say this, and then okay. Well, we're all going to be little. No one's going to give an actual team here. We've done this the last 2 weeks.
I'll give you the team.
You will?
Yeah, I'll give you the team. Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil, Robbo, Thiago, Fabinho, Curtis, Jota, Gakpo, Salah.
Okay, and on camera, I'll give him $100. I'll give him $100 if that. Someone's happy. Oh, I'm happy, Robert. $100 if that.
He wanted Thiago to start.
Yeah, he's fuming in here. Where's Diaz, man?
I think he might. All right, so the same at the back, same keeper, all of that. I think it'll be the same. Maybe, if Kanate's fit, he might bring him back in, but doubtful. Midfield, I think if Henderson does get a break, obviously Henderson will be replaced. I think he might bring Harvey Elliott in and then play Fabinho and then play Thiago. So essentially you're putting Thiago more in that Curtis Jones position, Elliott, Henderson, Fabinho. I think that fits. It's not ideal, but if you're going to rest Henderson, I can't see it working another way. And then up front, he might change it. He might give Jota a break.
Well, let me get my midfield bit then, because I don't think he'll do that because Thiago and Elliott, there's not much legs and movement and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just sit right on that fence and just say he's gonna play the same team, the same midfield, forwards. Go on.
Forwards.
Oh, you've said it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to drop any of those lads. Jota's playing well. Gakpo's mustard, and you
did well today. I thought Jota and Salah were poor.
Yeah,
man.
look, he's that type. But if sniffing for goal, he'll fucking score. That's one thing that's one thing I like about fucking Jota. He's a real fucking goal scorer, poacher. Sniffing for goal, he'll fucking score. He's after what he get 4 in 3 games or something like that. Not too bad. He should have scored today actually.
He's a crafter as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you'd kind of move that around. Maybe Diaz for him, but I'd give him another go against Spurs. I think Gakpo and Salah are 2 certainties, right? And then it's who plays with those 2.
I'd agree with that. I think he might unleash Diaz in this game and give Jota a break. Jota's been out for a long time. He's played a lot of games in a row. That would be the only change. I could potentially see it bring Diaz in.
I would absolutely love to see Diaz play on Sunday. I can't wait to see have someone that can run. I mean, I say it all the time, but actually run, beat defenders down the left wing. I'd do anything to see Diaz play. It's just a case of he's got 60 minutes in him.
Right.
Like when he's come on, he come on today. What did he come on today? About 25 minutes.
I gave him a little bit longer today than the
so he got a bit
ones.
longer,
and he looked really good.
Yeah, he looked dynamite. So maybe you got to think about it as well. Like who knows how Spurs are going to set up? But if you're playing that Porro right back or right wing back, and you've got Diaz, just run at him. So I'd like to see him. I thought Jota was really poor. I thought he was poor, not really poor. I
he struggled a bit today, but Salah struggled a little bit today, didn't he?
A little bit slow with the decision making and stuff like that. Yeah, but.
So what do you think score-wise?
Hey, you got yours right this time.
I know, first time since November, I think.
Yeah.
So
I will go Liverpool. I said 3-1 the other day, so I'll go 3-1 today. 3-1 the Reds.
3-1.
Yeah.
Are you going 3-1 as well?
Yeah.
That was alright.
3-1. Yeah. I think we will win fairly comfortably here on Sunday.
3-1 and Trent to score all the goals from the deep line in the fullback. In fullback.
I don't know. It's hard to call this game, like it has been for majority of games this season. Spurs, after the embarrassment of Newcastle, are going to want to put on a decent performance, not least for their fans that are travelling to the game. Saying that, I think we'll win 4-0.
Sounds right. The thing is, we're obviously recording this Wednesday night, and they're playing United tomorrow.
Okay, United.
So it's interesting, not interesting, but to see how they get on tomorrow and how they react.
Yeah.
So
they are very happy.
Yeah. Anyway,
somebody scored a basket.
The yellow card.
They love a yellow card over here. Don't need more than a goal.
A good yellow card in America.
But just before we go then, and I feel like we're saying this after every single Liverpool win.
Well, let's not say it. So
let's
wrap it up.
It's a question. It's a question.
Go on.
It's a jar. It's slightly ajar. Tomorrow will give us a good indication as to how ajar that door is open. I think tomorrow's a real tough game for Newcastle. And that's what you're going to ask, right? Top four?
Yeah. But so which, if there's one of them, are we thinking
Newcastle?
If it's going to be Newcastle,
it's
United
Newcastle.
are too far.
Yeah, United are too far. United are 6 points ahead of us, 2 games in hand. They'll beat Spurs tomorrow night. It's finished. United will finish in the top 4. There's no doubt about that. Our only chance here is that the fucking wheels totally come off Newcastle. But it wouldn't really be the wheels coming off. They've got some tough fucking games. We all, as fans, kind of get carried away with, same with the Arsenal thing, they bottled it or this, that and the other, and Newcastle are going to bottle it now as well. I don't think it's necessarily bottling. They've got some fucking really hard games coming up. And starting with away to fucking Everton
on a Thursday night
when they really
with
need
Anthony
a win.
Gordon. I know, I am so torn tomorrow. I am so torn. I am. Oh God!
If they get beat, if Everton were to win tomorrow, then I think it's we go from being a 6-1 shot to fucking, I don't know, maybe a 5-2 2-1
I
shot.
agree. I also feel with Newcastle when they're playing bigger teams like like as in like your Spurs or whatever, or even like Arsenal. That's the sort of games they're really going to get for. But now when you sort of get into the top, it's more about like when you're playing like really shit teams at home. When the pressure's on with like 60 minutes and it's 0-0. I wonder how they'll do. I mean, I'm trying to do anything here. What are you thinking? Because none of us have said, by the way.
I think Newcastle are going to make it. I think here's my reasoning for it might be Man United. I know they have the 2 games in hand, but the fact that the little Oompa Loompa dwarf fella Martinez is out for the season.
You keep saying that, and he's absolutely class.
The fact that he is out for the season.
You have to be so bad about him just because he's small.
He's a good player. He's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant defender. But the fact
to all little people that are watching this, Jesus Christ.
The little people. But the fact that the little person is out for the season and Maguire is back, makes me very happy.
They're on their ass, aren't they?
They are. So
The 59 points.
It's like you said before. It's 6. It's 6 points.
So,
It's 2 games.
So 59 points. So 6. So they're on 59. They have to get the 72. We can only get the 71. Right. So 59 to 72 is what? That's fucking.
Well, why are we doing maths? They've got basically they win 4 games.
Yeah,
they're in.
12
Yeah.
12
So we'll see. But
a possible 24. Come on.
They've got some tough games though. I agree.
They do.
Listen, I'm fine. I think we're the winner tomorrow, 97th minute. I will have my undies in the air. I will be, and if we finish 6th and they go down, sound. Fuck it, the time is on mine. The fuck it, the time is on mine. Right, wrap it.
all right, with that, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Unless you want to hear more of Glenn singing, we could do
Nope.
its own. In the comments, leave some suggestions of songs that you want to hear. Wee Glenn, as he's known, sing, and he'll sing them for you. And he might do like a personal video message as well for
any money. For any.
Yeah, maybe cameo.
Any money. Yeah, 100%. I'll sing whatever you want, baby.
So we'll wrap it up. Thank you, Del Cross. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, BD Riley's, where we're filming this. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you add some comments asking for which particular song you want Glenn to sing. And we'll see you later. Cheers.
How are the lads?